not going to be, I don't think it's because it's not overly complex, right? Today's class is kind of straightforward. And I don't know if you saw, I posted on Instagram, I call this like 2 times 2. So as long as I don't lose track of the count, which you guys know I sometimes do, as long as I don't keep lose track of the count too much, we're gonna do each exercise 2 times, which kind of allows you first time, all right, I understand what she's talking about. My body is getting warmed up. I'm kind of created that groove. And then the second time, it'll give you the opportunity, if you kind of have anything left in your tank, right, to really push forward. I was having a really long talk yesterday with a student here in Miami, and she's a creator of like an Instagram like food blog and all of this, and just how she doesn't like to put recipes on her because she feels like when she gives the recipe, people are like, well, if I don't have baking soda, then I just can't make the entire recipe, right? And they just go sit on the couch and binge on Netflix, right? And sometimes I feel that a little bit like with as a yoga teacher, like I'm trying to give you guys a class. I'm trying to set out a structure, but just because you can't do one thing doesn't mean just like throw it all out, you know? It just means like go ahead and modify, right? Like put in those like fake chocolate chips or whatever it is, or substitute, you know. So whenever you need to, you guys substitute, because that's the whole point of this. If we don't enjoy what we're doing, building flexibility, building strength, you won't continue, right? The mind is set up that when we feel progress, we come back on our yoga mats, right? And I think the biggest hindrance to our own progress is not the yoga itself, it's our mental approach to it, and trying to force ourselves into something that we're not ready for. Just stay there, stay with your breath, and let's get this started. And we will have a nice little, and because whenever Denise comes, I like to end with a little bit of a frog pose. Okay, so we will get a frog pose in there today. So starting on your back, okay, and you know, mountain pose, like Tadasana, what we take when we're standing at the top of the mat. And I'd like you to come and do that lying all the way down. And so I say that because it's not Shavasana, right? I want this to be more active. Feet are flexed. Inner edges of your feet come together to touch, right? So that the toes are pointing straight up towards the ceiling. It'd be just like if you were standing on your feet. And so when I do that, you guys, when I actually press the pink or the inner edges of my feet together, I start to feel my inner thighs a little bit. And even here, you're kind of pressing the inner knees and the inner thighs against one another. And then take your arms up overhead and hook your thumbs. Just using your thumbs hooked up overhead to give you a nice, full, long stretch here where you can start to breathe. Nice, slow, long breaths. Inhale. Exhale, pushing the inner edges of your feet together. 1. Inhale. Again, as you exhale, push the inner edges of your feet together for 2. 1 more, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, so we're gonna go into our first set. Unhook your thumbs. These are single leg sit-ups. So lift your right leg up towards the ceiling and come all the way to sit up. And so if the knee has to bend, that's absolutely okay. And if the left knee has to bend, that could be a modification, okay? But that's our structure. Lower it all down, reach back, inhale, and sit up and try to touch that right foot for 2. Yep. So we're just going to keep going. Right leg for 3 and lower. 4, nice big sit-ups. Here we go. 5. 7. Okay, yoga conditioning, a little bit of strengthening today. 8, take your arms up overhead. Bend both knees. Step your feet into the mat. And then extend right leg up towards the ceiling. Okay, right leg is up. Lift your hips for a hip thruster. Single leg hip thruster, hips are up. And then lower the hips down one. Squeeze it back up, pressing into your left heel and lower and lift. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Straighten your left leg all the way. Bend your right knee in towards your chest. Full squeeze. And then guide your right knee across the body, coming into a twist. Okay, so your left hand holds your right knee down. Okay, so everything that we do here today is going to have a combo set, right? It was those single leg sit-ups with a single leg hip thruster. And then we do it a second time on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach out through right fingertips, full twist in here through the lower abdominals, through your ribs, through your chest. Coming back to center, both legs straighten, press through your heels, arms up and over. And we change and we switch over to the left side. Inhale, exhale, left leg up. You can always bend the knee. Nice there, Jenna, good. Tap, touch, and up and over. So it strengthens not only your core, but the more you lift that left leg up, it starts to get your hip flexors, the muscle on the top of your left leg. And we go 4, good. 3, spine is tall. 2, tap, touch. And 1, good. Lower that all the way back down. Step both feet into the mats. And then extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. So single leg hip thrusters begin. Hips up, feel your right heel press down and lower. And so really as you lift your hips up, you try to squeeze your right butt muscle and firm the right hamstring to help touch your toes up towards the ceiling. That's 4, 5, and lift. Strengthen the back body. 6. Press down from the inner right knee to the inner edge of your right foot. And 1 more, lift that as high as you can, building some strength today. Nice, Zelda, and release. Right leg straightens forward, left knee draws in towards your chest, full squeeze. Good, from that full squeeze, please roll to the outside edge of your right hip. Left knee draws across your body as you twist. Okay, so I think we kind of got the theme now. There's going to kind of be like A, B, hold, A, B, hold. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you look out over your left fingertips, big stretch there. And then come back to the center of your mat, stepping your feet in. Okay, so this is our core work. We're down here for 1 more set of exercises. Interlace the hands behind the back of your head. And so Silva, this is nice for you. Lots of core work to begin. Lift up your head, your neck, and your shoulder blades. Yeah, there you go, Jenna. Good. Nice, Claire. Pushing your low back down into the mat. And then left knee comes in towards your right elbow. Okay, and then you could choose. You could keep both knees bent, or you could straighten the opposite leg as you bicycle, right? So both knees bent is a modification, right? Like kind of making the recipe your own, or start to extend it out. Keep your upper back up, and we're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Both legs straighten all the way along the floor. Reach your arms back. And then a full sit up over your legs and fold. Yeah. Roll down through low back, mid back, upper back, arms reach back, extend. And then sit up. Find that L sit all the way at the top. Hold in for 2, One more. So actually, you guys, the rolling down is just as important as the coming up, right? Sitting each vertebra down as the arms reach up and over. Inhale, lengthen. Sit up, nice. Find the tops of your sitting bones into this lifted sit, and then fold in, and that's your hold. Paschimottanasana. So what we try to do in these yoga conditioning classes is do some of like our regular yoga poses, but then learn how to put a little more strength. What happens is when your body gets stronger, your brain, like your neurochemistry, trusts your muscles more to go deeper into the joints. And that's how we gain flexibility. Good. Inhale, lengthen up, half flat back. So that was set one, right? A, B in a hold, and then come lie back down. Interlace the fingers behind the back of your head, knees draw in, modify as you need to, lift up head, neck, and shoulder blades, twist to the right, and then bicycle that out. Okay, so if you guys are actually looking to build strength in your body, you have to go to that burnout place. And what I mean by burnout is that you could only do 1 to 2 more. If you can do 20 more, you're not at burnout. So I want you to kind of keep going. We're going to get to that place where we push our low back down, where we can't do any more for 10, 9, 8. If you don't reach that threshold, you're not going to build strength. 3, 2, 1. Both legs straighten. Reach your arms back. Inhale. And then a nice big hinge. Sit up and lift. There you go. Sit up, find the top. There you go, Denise. And fold in 1. Lift as you lengthen. And it's actually a turning of the tailbone forward. And you feel your sacrum, your low back, your mid back, and your arms reach back. Inhale. Exhale, sit up nice and tall, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, fold in 2. And we've got our last one. Curl the tailbone forward. I kind of feel my legs dragging back towards me as I lower. Reach, extend, and then come all the way up to seated. Find the tops of your sitting bones, and then reach forward to fold in. Paschimottanasana, holding for 1. Inhale. Exhale for 2. I've been thinking of my body, you guys, like my legs and my upper body, like trying to seal a Ziploc bag, right? You know how you kind of like grab and you pull and you try to get all the air bubbles out. So kind of from your hip creases, try to press your stomach, your ribs, your chest, and your face towards the legs. Seal in. Inhale, lift up, half flat back. Excellent. Cross your ankles, find your way to plant your palms. Tabletop position. Okay, from tabletop, tuck toes and lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Letting your hips swing from side to side. And so I try to drop in, I kind of sprinkle like a little recipe, right? Like every single recipe usually has some salt in it. I think every yoga class should have a down dog in it. Use them in a way that helps you to feel good. And then please lower your knees down onto the mat, tabletop. So the modification will be keeping your knees down. If you'd like to start a little stronger, you lift your knees a few centimeters up off the mat. So this is called a hovering tabletop. So what I'd like you to do is always start harder. And then if it's too much, you put your knees down. Right leg kicks back 90-90. Yeah, lift it up and then set it down. Hovering tabletop, left and lower. So there's our first set. This is A. Keep going. Kick and drive through the right leg. Nice, Jenna. Perfect. There you go, Claire. Left. And we go right, left. That should be 5. One more round. Right, left. Hovering tabletop. Left hand touches right shoulder, shoulder tap, and switch. Right hand, left shoulder, back and forth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, press the floor, 3, through the core, 1, knees to the mat. Nice, Zelda. Elbows drop down, forearms are parallel. Press the elbows and the palms into the mat, tuck your toes, dolphin pose to hold. Okay, so you can always bend your knees a little. Sometimes I walk my feet in closer to my elbows to get more stretch. So that's your A, your B, and here's your hold, right? Use the hold to catch your breath. Use the hold to really stretch it out. Inhale. Exhale, knees down to the mat. Pop up onto your hands. Tabletop. So 2 times 2, second round. So you dig a little bit deeper. Always put your knees down if you need to. Lift the knees, hover. This is actually really strong, stabilizing core work. Start with your left leg, you guys. Left and lift, bring it down. Notice that I'm not lifting my hips. I'm not swinging the hips around. I'm trying to just kind of march the legs left, lower, right, lower. Yeah, there you go. That's 4, 5, stick with it, dig a little deeper. 6, there you go. And now shoulder tap, 10, 9. So even here, I'm trying not to swing my bum too much. I'm trying to press the floor and let the arms be an extension out of my core. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Lower your elbows to the mat. Spread the fingers, grip, tuck toes. Dolphin pose. The dolphin pose is, right, you can use it in 2 ways. Sometimes I try to use it really as like a flexibility pose. I bend my knees and I really try to press my chest towards the back of the mat and kind of feel that like kind of stretchy, gooey opening into the upper back and shoulders. Other times I shift my shoulders directly over my elbows and try to make it more strengthening. First 3, 2, 1, knees drop down, plant your palms, downward facing dog. You guys have done 3 whole sets, okay? So 3 whole sets, already done. And so how often in your own life, right, do you feel like you kind of get stuck into other people's rules and you follow along, even if it isn't serving you? And so part of today's class is just make sure that this practice feels like nutritious and kind of delicious for your body. That doesn't mean that it's easy necessarily, right? We don't always just give our body what it wants, because otherwise I would just eat chocolate all day long, right? Sometimes we have to give it what it needs as well. Step forward to the top of your mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. Hands to shins. Please inhale, open. Give yourself plenty of space. And then exhale, fold in. Okay, hands to hips, elbows up, flat back. And lift to rise. Okay. Hands in front of your heart center, close your eyes. So hopefully there should already be a little shift in your energy, a little bit of heat. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so A is going to be a tuck jump 5 times. Tuck jump may not be available, Zelda. So you're gonna squat and stand, okay? If you'd like to practice a squat or a tuck jump, it's explosive power. We haven't done these before. It's knees to chest, okay? Not my favorite. And we're doing these because I don't like them. And that's the only way I'm gonna get better at them. So I take my feet a little bit wider. So they'll just squat press if you want to. If you wanna try, right? You gather some energy and you tuck your knees up in towards your chest. Nice, Claire, and land lightly, right? And this works too, you guys. Just a little up. 3, 4. We're missing explosive power from our practice. 5. Excellent, everybody. That should get your heart rate up quickly, right? Yeah. Inhale. And I actually feel good though once I start to get that power. Inhale, arms up, reach. Exhale, fold in. Uttanasana. Lengthen, half flat back, look forward. Step back, meet me in plank pose. Modify by putting your knees down if you need to. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Take a cobra or an upward facing dog. Lift your hips, up and back, downward facing dog. So I think it's going to be an upcoming kind of theme, right, for one of our classes. But think about how before you cook, right, how much like prep work you do. Kind of think of these yoga conditioning classes like prep work for the rest of my practice, right? It builds, kind of prepares my body in a way to make other things easier. Look towards your hands if you're ready. Hop, step, or jump. 2 big steps, top of your mat. Inhale, let's open and lift the chest and expand. Exhale, think like a Ziploc bag, folding yourself out over your legs. Nice big stretch through the backs of the hamstrings. Hands to hips, elbows up, flat back. Lift to rise, right? So round 2, A, B. 5 tuck jumps. And you guys, like, I use my arms, I use everything, right? Jenna, use everything. There you go, Denise. Use everything that you got. You can take a little pause. I kind of regather. Explosive power, like you're jumping off of a trampoline, knees into chest. 5. Top of your sun A. Inhale, open. Exhale, connect with your breath. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, look forward, please. Half flat back. Step back, plank pose. Press the floor. You press the floor with your feet. You press the floor with your hands. You can put your knees down. Chaturanga. Inhale, either cobra or your up dog. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. 1. So the hold and down dog is a place where you gather your breath. You refocus. Okay. A whole nother set is done. Inhale. Exhale, look towards your hands, step or jump, top of your mat. Inhale, open, nice tilde, getting there. Exhale, fold in. Yeah. Sitting bones keep turning up, hips keep lifting up and over. Hands to hips, elbows up, flat back. Lift to stand. Next exercise, 5 burpees, 1 sun B. A burpee is hands to the mat. Zelda, you can step. The rest of us are gonna jump lower. Zelda, you're gonna step. We're gonna jump and jump at the top. That's 1. And you're just gonna step. We do 5. We meet. We do a sun B as our B variation. Top of your mat together. Heart rate up, you guys. We do want to balance. We want better cardiovascular. We don't get that enough in our daily lives. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Shoot your legs back. Touch your heart. Come all the way down. Press up. You can step or jump. 1, jump at the top. Nice, Denise. Plant the hands, lower. You can always step or jump. 2. Keep going. So this is a little bit of mind over matter. Move your body. Yep, that's all that matters. When you move, you guys, you get blood flow. You drain your lymph, and your lymph supports your immunity. Let's come all the way down and jump for 5. Excellent. We meet together. Hands at your heart. I want your heart beating. Sun B. Bend your knees, sit low. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half flat back. You choose step or jump. Chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts up dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward up in between your hand. Left heel spins to flat. Warrior one. Slowing down your movements, matching it with your breath. Press the palms. Chaturanga, knees can be down. Up dog. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Right heel spins to flat. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Hands to the mat. Press the floor, pick up the foot. Try not to drag it. Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva. Hips up and back. Adho for the hold. So A is the burpee. B is the Surya Namaskara. B, down dog is your hold. So like when I started taking these fitness classes, you guys, I was hating them until I finally gave myself permission to do lighter weights, right? To step it out, to take breaks, right? Because then I was able to stay with it consistently and I started feeling and seeing the progress. But when we try to do too much at one time, we just get frustrated. So take a deep exhale out, just anything that's kind of building up mentally, physically, just let it out here. And then look towards your hands. Step or jump, top of your mat. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Bend knees, drop hips, sit low. Utkatasana. As you press to stand. Right, so that's an important word for me, like giving myself permission sometimes to either do more to step it up or to step it back. 5 burpees. Here we go. Inhale. Let's go. So we have these little bursts. We have these like places of power, these places of energy. Right? Notice how your mind tries to get involved, right? Get a little bit stronger than those small little thoughts. You've got this. 4, come on, and up. Lower and up for 5. Take your 3 steps. That's absolutely fine. Top of your mat. Sun B, bend knees, drop hips. Inhale, arms sweep up, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Look forward, half flat back. Step or jump, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or up dog. Hips lift, find your flow, down dog. Right foot forward, left heel grounds. Inhale up, warrior one. Hands to the mat, press. Use core, pick up the foot. Chaturanga or Cobra. Inhale, open. Exhale, hips up and back. Left foot steps forward, right heel grounds. Inhale up, warrior one. Last round, like last side, right, of that set. B is finished, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Lift hips, down dog. Knees to the mat. Child's pose. So child's pose is your hold. During the yoga conditioning classes, I like to tell you when you're halfway through. You're already halfway done with class. So a lot of the times, you guys, I don't cook because it's usually a disaster. I mean, I'm serious. Like, you guys know, like, I cook with cups of salt instead of cups of sugar, like a couple times in my life. So it's a disaster. But I'm never going to get better at it if I don't try. So just keep getting simple, getting a little better, focusing on progress. Inhale. Exhale, stretch your arms forward, hips up and back, you guys, downward facing dog. And then find your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, open. Nice, so the exhale folds. Bend knees, drop hips, sit low, Utkatasana. And press to stand, okay? A, left leg back, fingertips to the mat, standing split, sorry, not standing split, standing L. Okay, so when I say standing L, right, we try to keep that left leg parallel to the floor on fingertips. So this is gonna be A, and then B is draw your knee into your chest. Sprinter's lunge, right? So A, B, press to stand. Yep, there we go. So left leg back. And so this is single leg balancing. Do your combo. Left leg back, left knee in. 5, squeeze. 4, lift it up. Good. Go as slow as you need to. 3, eyes are forward, chest lifts. 2, knee in. Top, standing L. Knee in towards your chest. Yogi's choice. Knee stays lifted or hands to hips. And extend your left leg for the hold. 5, breath is calm. 4, are you holding tension in the jaw, in the neck, in the tops of the shoulders? 3, you could always modify and bend the knee. You could always modify and lift it up higher. And release. Excellent, step that out. Set 2, left side, fingertips down. Right leg lifts, up and back. Standing L. I like to look forward, and then as you press down into your straight left leg, drive the knee up. It's called a sprinter. Standing L, inhale. Sprinter is your B. So we could, and we do these jumping sometimes, you guys, but if I do these slowly, I actually get a lot of kind of coordination strength, right? You kind of feel that your left leg is kind of dancing around, right? It's really good for balance, and it should actually strengthen if you go slow, like the air is heavy and thick. And I'm gonna count it out now. Tap, that's 5. Lift it up, squeeze. Use your core to lift the knee. 4, draw it in. I want a little bit of strength, a little bit of load in that left hip. So we want it to burn, right? We want to get to that place where we don't want to do a whole bunch more. Tap, that's 2. Knee comes in. And one more time, tap it down, standing L, knee in towards your chest. Keep the knee lifted or straighten the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Release. Inhale, full stretch, arms up here. Exhale, fold in Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward, half flat back. Plant your palms, meet me in a downward facing dog. A is going to be 3 chaturangas. You can put your knees down. B is going to be 3 double-footed mountain climbers. The hold is going to be your standing splits. Inhale, forward plank. So it's 3 chaturangas. Press, you can put your knees down, back up plank. 1, nice elbow, good. This is a lot of core. Look forward, knees can be down as you press up. 2, 1 more, elbows in, it's a tricep push-up. Plank pose, a double-footed mountain climber. Drive your knees, it's like a tuck jump, you guys, right? Driving your knees forward and back, trying to keep your hips low. Forward and back, 2. Excellent job, you guys there in Colorado. Forward and back. Good. Begin to walk your hands to the back of your mat. Left leg lifts, standing split. Back of your mat. I like to use my right hand, wrapping it around the right ankle. Okay. So that's your hold. Yeah, floating those left toes up towards the ceiling. Everything is 2 times 2, right? So A, B, hold, A, B, hold. Release that left foot down. Walk it forward, you guys, downward facing dog. So we're targeting leg strength, core strength, upper body strength. Here we go. Inhale, forward plank. Push the floor, you guys. Chaturanga, plank. Control through the upper body. 1, lower. Push the floor from your core. 2, squeeze elbows in. 3, double footed, mountain climber. Keep your hips low. 1, shoot it back. 2, shoot it back. 3, shoot it back. Excellent. Grab your plank strongly. Walk it back. And as you walk it back, reach your right leg up. Standing split. Over your back left leg. Right. Any pushing of the hands into the mat, any holding of the ankle as you fold, tuck in. Think like that Ziploc seal over your left leg. 1, this is your hold. Use it to increase your strength, increase your range of motion. 2, inhale and exhale for 3. Walk it forward as you release the leg. Forward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Look towards the top of your mat. Step or jump. Inhale, lengthen, nice Zelda. Exhale, fold. And okay, hands to hips, elbows up. Lift to rise. Zelda, you're gonna step left leg back, touch, step in. The rest of us, these are plyo lunges, touch the floor. So it looks like touch the floor, touch the floor, touch the floor. 10 of those, okay? 10 of those. And then we do 6 shoot throughs. Twist, shoot through, okay? Here we go. Top of your mat. We'll start with the left leg back. You can always take out the jump, okay? So left leg back, touch the floor. If the touch the floor reach, this is called a reverse lunge, and then switch, touch the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the palms, hover your tabletop, twist your knees to the right, kick your left leg out, touch your left leg with your right hand, shoot through, come back, twist, other direction. Nice, there we go, you guys. 2, 3, excellent core work. Go slow. Good, the more you turn your knees up towards the ceiling, the more it's gonna get into those deep rotational core muscles. Let's go one more round. Tap through center, tap, love it. Come back to center, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Fold out over your right leg, pyramid pose. That's your hold. Yep, your fingertips can be on the mat or on the floor or on the ankle for balance, kind of any arm variation. That's what I mean. Like I could tell you exactly what to do, right? But that's not taking in consideration. Like that's like a generic recipe for everybody. Kind of make this pose your own, how it feels good, how it can stretch you out. Inhale. Exhale, look forward. Step your left foot forward. Right foot steps back into that reverse lunge. You're touching the floor. We're back to the top. We're back to A. Top, switch, plyo lunge, touch the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Hover your tabletop. and shoot it through to the left, tap, touch, swing the knees. So when I do this, I try to keep my shoulders over my wrists. Do you guys notice how your shoulders tend to kind of creep back? Try to keep your arms stacked like pillars. 4, 5, 6. Plant your palms, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward up in between your hands. Back heel grounds. Pyramid pose. Fold in. Make it yours. What I try to make these classes do is not only should they help build some stronger muscles, but also longer, right? So we do the work and then you try to stretch it out. Keep lengthening the top of your head towards the top of your foot. Inhale. And exhale. Walk it back. Downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank. Lower down onto your stomach. You guys, we have 2 sets. And then we're at the end of class. You're there. Okay. So what we haven't gotten is the back body, right? We haven't strengthened there. So we're going to do 5 cobra crunches for your back body. Then we're going to do 5 Superman scapular pulls. So the 5 Supermans will be arms forward. You'll lift the legs, you'll lift the arms floating like Spider-Man, or not Spider-Man, Superman, and then you pull the elbows back, okay? So let's start here. Tuck your chin, interlace the hands behind the back of your head. Elbows are lifted up away from the mat. 5 cobra crunches. Inhale, just look up, look forward, 1, and lower. Inhale, lift up, and lower. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. I know you guys, these are really limited in their range of motion, but they should be quite powerful in strengthening. Release. Arms forward, toes touch, lift it up. Superman scapular pull. 1. Lower it down. Inhale. Exhale, lift the legs, lift the chest, scapular pull for 2. If you guys want better handstands, you need really strong scapulas. And we lift and we squeeze. 3. Go slow enough that you target those muscles. Lift up. There's a lot of leg as you squeeze for 4. Send it forward. And lift up for 5. Good. Lower down. Bend your knees, flex your feet, reach back, grab your ankles, and you guys know we need a hold. That was A, B, lift your knees, lift your chest, hold, Dhanurasana. If you can't reach both legs, or sometimes I just like to do it 1 at a time and kind of feel the asymmetrical strength. Heels press up. 3, lots of butt muscles, you guys, lots in between your shoulder blades. 2, and 1. Release. Make a pillow with your hands. Closing your eyes. Feel the heart beating. Okay. So I think kind of sometimes the yoga conditioning tells me, right, what part I need to like strengthen in my yogic diet, right? Like what food groups I'm missing. Look forward. Interlace the hands behind the back of your head. Press your hips down. Cobra crunches. 5, 4, set A. 3, press the head into the hand. Wing your elbows open, you guys. This will help with posture. 4 and 5. Release. Arms are all the way forward. Lift up. First it's Superman and then pull. 1. Nice job. Lower. Inhale. Lift. Can you get your chest? Can you get your ribs up off the mat as you lower? There's a lot of hamstring, you guys, as you try to float the legs up off the mat. Lift, squeeze for 4. Lower and lift for 5. A, B, hold, A, B. Bend your knees, flex your feet. Hold up and back. Dhanurasana, bow pose. So for the end of class here, you guys do, that should be your kind of big back bend, shoulders back, reversing the rest of the week, too much sitting down, opening your heart. And then release, hands underneath your shoulders, press back, downward facing dog. Knees to the mat. Good. Swing your legs forward, bottoms of your feet come together. Okay, this is your last A-B hold, and then we do frog pose and class is over, okay? So almost ready to go into the oven, right? Almost done. Lower all the way down. So kind of how we started class, but with your feet, right? With your feet together and your knees open wide. These are called butterfly sit-ups. Arms back, inhale, sit all the way up, tap your inner feet. Yep. And try to keep the feet, if you can, glued where they are. Try not to move them. Yep. And let's go. 5, 4. Good. 3, 2, 1. Knees together, arms up, knees together. Inhale, twist. You're into set B. Inhale. And knees and elbows. So that's the only thing. So that as much as you can, right? Obviously, like making accommodations for any injuries, anything going on, but try to keep the knees together here. Can you keep your knees together, Selda? Selda, this loud, bad. This loud, bad. There we go. Yep. And then you can twist much easier. Good. One more. Inhale. So that's all we didn't really get out of class. We didn't get good twists. Arms up. And then bottoms of your feet together, knees wide. The hold is Baddha Konasana, folding in. Get that forward fold stretch. Back into breath. 1. Inhale, press the pinky edge sides of your feet together. From your knees, keep trying to press the pinky edge sides of the feet together. Press your inner knees down towards your outer knees. Inhale. Exhale, lift back up to center. 2 times 2. Arms up, in. Exhale, sit up all the way through to the finish line, you guys. Finish building that heat. Right? It's like you're preheating the oven and then you're going to put your body in it and just let it relax. And we have our last 5. Maybe a little less momentum. Good. 3. Closer the feet stay in, the harder it is. 2. And 1. Knees together, arms up. Inhale. Twist to the left first. 1. Inhale, knees together, sit tall, long spine, twist to the right. Bring it out. And 4, 3. With breath, exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale for 1. Arms back up to center, bottoms of your feet together. Last time you have your hold, 2 times 2. So sometimes reapproaching. Reapproaching, you can go in slightly deeper. Belly button vacuums back, right? Kind of vacuum seal in your core, makes a little bit of space. And then lift up to center. Good. Thanks, guys. Nice job. I'm going to turn to face you. You come into tabletop, and our last pose is like putting it in the oven, right? Like now we're just gonna let everything kind of settle in. Frog pose. So in frog, we take the knees wider and wider so that you start to come onto your inner knees. And then you look back at your feet and you actually visually check, because we're really visual learners, that your ankle's in line with your knee. And I look to see that the inner edges of my feet are down, my toes are pointing out, and then you drop down onto your elbows, right? So feet are active, they're flexed. You feel the inner edges of the feet, and there you go, Jenna. Yeah, exactly. Kind of, yeah. So just that you don't feel too much pressure, right, in the inner knees. But I know it really depends, you guys, on like how thick our mats are and stuff. Okay. Then I like to personally take my own thumb on the inside of my knee and kind of slide that skin open a little bit more. Like there's a lot of kind of skin and flesh around the knee. And if I kind of slide that open, I go in a few centimeters deeper. And then on your elbows, and Claire, I can see yours pretty well from here, explore little baby cat cows in your hips. Little baby cat cows. And yeah, but really move your hips while you do it. There we go. Good. So what I'm asking you to do, instead of me telling you where you're going to feel the most stretch, I want you to explore, make the recipe your own, explore your hips until you find that really sticky spot. And then once you found that stickiest spot, there we go. Decide to hold. You can come down onto your chest. You could make a pillow with your hands. And I'm watching the time. 2-minute hold. Yeah, so once you've found that place where you feel some heat, you feel the cooking in the hips. What helps me is my breath. And that kind of like empowerment of choosing, of deciding. Your body is going to send you signals. Your ego is going to say, I'm not comfortable, I want distraction. Kind of your higher self is going to tell you to stick with it. So everything today was 2 times 2. So obviously 2 minutes here, right? We got to do 1 minute. You're through 1 minute. 1 minute is done. You're into that second minute. Kind of like first minute was prep. Second minute, take it seriously, get in there. All that stuff you don't want to carry around with you for the rest of the week. Pull it out. Okay. It's 30 more seconds, you guys. Could 30 seconds be 3 breaths? It would be a 5-second inhale, a 5-second exhale, 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale. Inhale, exhale. Big toes come together to touch. However you want it. Some people like to just plop forward, right? I don't care how you get out of it, right? Just get out of it somehow, whatever's left. Good. And then please come to lie down. And as you lie down, I would just kind of windshield wiper out your legs, get the flow back into the legs, and then please lower all the way down, opening your arms, opening your legs. Shavasana. Okay, so I think I've used all my metaphors today, you guys. So, when you take something out of the oven, then you're supposed to let it sit there and kind of rest and cool. And that's a little bit kind of like Shavasana. You're supposed to just let it all Settle in now. I've been shaking you around for 55 minutes. Settle in. Drop the tongue. And wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. Stretch your arms up overhead. Full morning stretch so that ultimately, right, our body hopefully kind of feels, right, it feels like delicious, like you've done something really kind of nutritious and fulfilling. You bend your knees, you roll to the right, and you press your way up to find seated. Holding your hands in front of your heart center. So I know I gave like a lot of metaphors there, but the underlining meaning was, you guys, make your practice, make whatever you do in life. Like, people can give you advice and offer and give you suggestions, but ultimately we get in touch with our authentic selves, what we really need, and we tailor, right? We tailor what we do and what we say to really to fit, right, ourselves. And then you take your thumbs to your third eye, bowing forward to seal your practice. Jai, Siddhartha.